Welcome back to my channel, booksties. Today, we are going to be getting into our January TBR wrap-up. Cannot believe we are already down January 2026. I got through about, let me check my Fable. I got through 10. Damn! I went through 9 books in January. Let's dive into them. I have never had a book aggravate me the way that this book did. First up, we have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. The men in this book, the way they treat their wives, no wonder these women have a freaking book club to get away from you. That's why they go and they read these murder crime documentaries. Not documentaries. They read these murder crime stories. I wonder why. If I was y'all, I would be scared. Because why is my wife only reading murder crime stories? How to get away with murder? But in all seriousness, this book was so good. It was such a good palate cleanser because I had just come off of reading all Christmas sappy books, which I love. I'm a rom-com girly, but this was well needed. There was really no spice at all. A little bit of a trigger warning on this one, but literally no spice. But the story was so solid. A man pretty much goes into town after his aunt recently dies, and children start going missing. So it's up to the book club of moms to try to save the town. But the only thing is, nobody believes the moms, and the husbands are all stupid and befriend the killer guy. This book, aggravating, but so good. This one, we are going to give it a 4 out of 5. This one I actually read because I was actually sent this by the author. Silver Storm by Michelle Meadow. It took me back as if I was in the Divergent era, Shadowhunter era. This book was giving me that. Yeah. While the spice, honestly, it was a little bit mid. It was giving like a 2. There were some scenes that my jaw on the floor. On the floor. So, take that as you will. The story was really good, honestly. It was different, really. It was giving me like kind of what I miss on a dystopian era, where a girl pretty much goes to this school, finds out she has powers that she never knew she had, goes to the school, falls in love with one of the like student professor guys, and realizes he has secrets too that he's not sharing with everyone. And then she realizes she's more special than people realize that she even realized. It was honestly very good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm always gonna be honest on my reviews, guys. Like, honestly, sometimes readers, they have different genres that they enjoy, different points of views on books. I try to be as honest as I can so that you guys don't waste your money and I don't lose the trust in my people. Next up, this series, top 5 series of 2026. This series literally had me crashing out. I ate, hold on, cops. The popo. These books literally had me going crazy. It's the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I felt like I was going insane. Actually going insane. Stephanie Garber wrote the series Caraval. Now, I read the first book in this series. I have never been gaslit the way that that book gaslit me, okay? This series gave that book a run for its money. Now, I haven't gone through the rest of the series, but I hear that one's pretty trippy. But this one gave it a run for its money. I've never rooted so hard for a villain. Honestly, this book was just villain on villain. Like, there were so many villains, and you just had to choose which villain you wanted. The yearning went through all three of these books. They didn't kiss until the last book, okay? Just want to point that out. There is no spice on this, and honestly, I'm very okay with it because the yearning and slow burn was enough for me. Every chapter I churned, I literally was there like, please tell me they're gonna kiss. Just a little peck. Just a little kiss. Because I need it. This girl pretty much goes to an altar of this heartbreak prince, fate as they call him, goes to his statue and wishes that her sister, spoiler, she wishes to have her sister's wedding stopped. Now, it sounds crazy when I say that. Her sister was marrying the guy that this girl was in love with. Her sister! Yeah, her sister was not a girl's girl. I was very much crashing out 12 pages in because what do you mean? But this book is so good, and this one I will recommend over and over again. Top 5 series. We're only in the first month, and I can tell you this is top 5. This is like 1, 2, or 3. This takes the first 3 spots. I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 stars. This is a 5 out of 5 star read, you guys. This book, now I'm like the last chapter of the last book, but the Dirty Air series, I have the rest on my Kindle, but the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. This book, this series, honestly, I feel like this author, he really was like, in the first 12 pages, I'm going to literally gut-wrenching rip out your heart and then tell you a love story in the next chapters following it. The first book wasn't that bad. It was the second and the third book where the first 12 pages, I was like, oh, why? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Yeah. Literally a little bit outlandish, but the love story was good and the spice was good. I feel like if you're a rom-com like reader, honestly, I feel like you read so much spice that sometimes it all just kind of mingles together, and I don't even read books for spice anymore. I read it for the story, and if there's spice, if you wrote a good story, then the spice is gonna be immaculate, right? This is about a group of Formula One race car drivers. Yeah, a new territory for me too, you guys. Formula One race drivers, and it's all their love stories. You have forbidden romance, you have the bad boy that you shouldn't be liking, you have, what was the one before that? This foreign guy who doesn't believe in love, had his heart broken by a different circumstance. But this one, this series, I'm going to give it a collectively 4 out of 5. It was a pretty easy read and honestly very digestible. There's 4 books in the series. Again, like I said, I have the rest on my Kindle. It's a 4 out of 5. It's very digestible, very nice. Last, but certainly not least. Now, if you guys saw my last video, you will know that I crashed out. Crashed out a little. Alchemized. Yeah, this book gave me everything I needed. Everything I needed. Top 10 books. Right here. How do I even describe this? I understand some people might not like it. It's 1,000 pages. It's a pretty harsh book to commit to. But please commit to it, because oh my god, oh my god. I feel like this is just an entire love story written through heartbreak, pain, sorrow. The male main character literally murdered thousands for this woman. Literally. He came back every single time for this woman. And she also sacrificed so much for this man. There is a trigger warning in here. This was such a good book. I would quite honestly say life-changing. It was... I haven't felt a love story really like affect me like this other than Fourth Wing. Now this, don't get it twisted, this is nothing like Fourth Wing, but the love story, the pure love that this man has for this woman, that he would quite literally do anything and become the worst version of himself for this woman. 5 stars. I would give it a 6 star. This was so good. I'm not gonna lie, I almost got lost in the first 100 pages. Almost got lost in the sauce. I'm so glad I stuck it through, because what a life-changing book. I will recommend this again and again. The only reason why it's not in my top 5 is, again, like I said, it's a pretty lengthy book. And when I say top 5, I mean like top 5 books that I would recommend openly to people. But in my personal list, this is top 5 material. Again, top 10, the only downside is going to be that you have to stick it through. See it through. I know some pages, some chapters are a little bit boring, a little details that you didn't need to know. Stick it through. Part 2 and 3 are just immaculate. Immaculate. If there's going to be another book, which I have a feeling there is because the way that this ended, I'm going to need a little more. I will be reading that. This was my January 2026 TBR. Oh wait, I forgot. I also listened to an audiobook. It was Count Your Lucky Stars. I actually chose this book to listen to because I was recommended through my TikTok. And I'm doing a series next month. Well, we're already in next month. But I'm doing a series in February where it's 14 Days of Tropes. And I really needed a woman-on-woman love story so I could recommend to people. This one was recommended to me, and honestly, it was really good. Sometimes I find it hard to listen to audiobooks, so honestly, it did take me the entire month to get through. But it was really good. Solid story. It's about a woman who's in a wedding and her ex, like, lover, who's the wedding planner. And they go through their love story together. And there was some spicy scenes. Not a lot, but there was some spicy scenes. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Again, very good. I feel like maybe if I read it, it would have been different, but I listened to it, so there were some chapters that just lost me and had me going like, whoo, snooze. Just a little bit of snooze, but it was very good. So it is a book I'm going to recommend to people because it was very good. But yeah, this was my January 2026 TBR wrap-up. Let me know what you guys read for January, so maybe I could add it to my TBR list. I'm so happy you guys are here, and I'll see you guys next week.